Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to another episode of Forwardpreneurs, where resilience, knowledge, and innovation meet entrepreneurship. Today, I have a wonderful guest. Her name is Lani, and she is the owner of Becca's Closet. So I will really like you guys to check out her page, her business, and everything that she has going on. Hello, Lani.
Hello, Susie. Thank you so much for having me today.
Of course, welcome. And thank you for being here today.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm going to give you a chance to introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay.
And tell us a little bit more about you.
Fantastic.
And your business.
Oh, fantastic. It's a lot. My name is Ms.Lilonnie Price, and I am the owner of Becca's Closet. Becca's Closet is a twofold business. I curate vintage pieces, pre-loved pieces, and secondhand pieces. I also rent evening gowns. So I'm focusing on those two things, and it's fantastic. I enjoy it. I can give you a little more history on the reason why I started Becca's Closet.
Yes, of course. I would love to know what's the reason behind it.
Yes.
What makes you start Becca's Closet?
Very personal, actually. It's called Becca's Closet. As you guys know, my name's not Becca. Becca is my grandmother, Rebecca Price. And she was just one of the most beautiful, classy women I've ever known. She was in love with designer pieces, fabrics, stitching. She taught me pretty much everything I knew about fashion.
From a young age.
This was at a young age, yes.
Okay.
This is maybe started at 5 years old. And when she passed a few years back, I was given just bags and boxes of her clothing. I went through her clothing, and some of her vintage pieces were so amazing. They were so incredible. I couldn't believe that they were just sitting in this box. And as I pulled them out and started looking at the jewelry and the clothing, it's like, this stuff could have been made today. You know, I mean, this looks modern. These pieces, these fabrics are fantastic. So it sparked this idea of, just going back to vintage and doing designer vintage, I think, focusing more on designer pieces and jewelry and pre-loved and that type of a thing. So
I love it. Thank you for sharing that personal story.
Thank you.
And I think when somebody starts like a business that comes also from a personal story and a personal experience, they kind of like gives it that special touch to it.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's something that comes from your grandmother. It's like from memories that she instilled in you at a young age.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, like when I meet entrepreneurs or people that want to be entrepreneurs, I tell them, you have to find your calling, your vision, like really think about something that you are passionate about.
Yes.
And something that usually comes from childhood. Because when we're kids, nobody's telling us you cannot do this, or nobody's telling us you have to go to work or you have to go to college.
The limit.
You are doing and embracing and enjoying everything.
Yes.
As a free person, like with a free mind.
Absolutely.
So those memories of you, like you just recall that when you were a child, you really enjoy and admire your grandmother.
I used to sit at her feet and just listen to stories. She was one of the first African-American women in the United States, in Los Angeles in particular, to start a fashion company. So she used to have fashion shows. Now, she never made her own pieces. She would sell and, display pieces from designers. So she would just tell me stories about the business and, of course, clothing and her favorite piece. She was in love with Chanel. She loved Chanel.
I'm sure a lot of viewers do.
Yeah.
And they can find that at your store.
They can find, you can find that at my store for sure. Gorgeous vintage Chanel that you could not tell it's 10 years old, 20 years old.
I love it. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of ladies coming in.
I hope so. I mean, I have been.
Yes, of course.
vintage is still one of those concepts that's like, do we go for it? Do we not? A lot of people have this idea of what vintage is. They feel it's unkept, old, not stylish. But it's actually the opposite. I mean, the fabrics, the pieces, especially designer vintage, phenomenal, gorgeous. So, but I mean, this is a vintage piece.
Lovely piece.
Yes. This
and
was
will be
my
available
mother's.
As well?
Well, I don't know about that. I think I might keep it. Pink's my color.
We'll see. We might convince her. Maybe I'll wear it. No.
I'd love to. Come to my closet.
I'll show
you. We can have fun together.
I'm sure. So I want to know if you could share with our audience, starting a whole new business. As you mentioned, you are from America and you came here to Bahrain. Mm-hmm. How was your experience starting your business here in the Kingdom of Bahrain?
Well, I actually came to Bahrain 14 years ago. Yes, I'm practically Bahraini. 14 years ago on a singing contract.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was singing for a hotel. And I just fell in love with this place. I fell in love with the culture. I fell in love with the people. And after my contract was over, I didn't want to leave. Mm-hmm. So I had to find a way to stay here.
Right.
And as I said, when my grandmother passed a few years back, it sparked the idea of getting into fashion. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been surviving. I've been making it through. Mm-hmm. But it's gotten a lot better in the past few months. And yeah, I just, I love Bahrain. Didn't want to leave.
We all love Bahrain here.
Yes.
Lovely place for sure. Yeah. And very welcoming and diverse.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's something that really makes it extra special.
Yes.
So in regards to your business, what moments that you perhaps went through a challenging time, some difficulties, challenges that you faced that you were able to overcome?
Thank you for asking.
Will you share something with us?
One of the biggest challenges I think that I face even now is people understanding vintage. Some people don't want to wear clothes that have been pre-owned. They don't want to wear clothes that someone else has had in their closet or that they've worn before. So that's a concept, an idea that I'm trying to help people get over. Vintage could mean a woman bought this gorgeous dress for an event. She wore it one time and it's been sitting in her closet for years. Vintage could also mean a designer pair of clothing that just never got sold. Still is new with tags, mm-hmm. but it's been in the stores and it's been tried on. But still, it's a new piece. It's never been worn. So I'm trying to get people to understand the concept of secondhand, pre-loved, and that it's okay.
Right.
It's okay to...
It actually takes some time,
It does.
It takes some time for people to understand the main idea behind it and a new concept. Because even though it's being done now more than ever, it's still a new concept for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And just like you mentioned, I think the challenge that I see, as you mentioned, is coming more into the educational part, right?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Like people need to be more educated into, just like you were mentioning, it could be a dress that was worn once, right? It's not like it was worn like for, I don't know, like 50 years.
Exactly.
And now you have it at your place.
Exactly.
So vintage means that, yes, it was made a few years ago, but it doesn't mean that it was being used every single day.
100%.
Like it's not like somebody was wearing the Chanel dress, cooking, cleaning, going to work and wearing like all year round. Yeah. Okay.
And to be honest, a lot of the pieces that I receive are new with tags. They're new with tags. Like they haven't been worn. They've just been sitting in a woman's closet with the idea. I mean, we all have those pieces that we want to wear and we never wore. So I do concentrate on, just good condition pieces. But yeah, it's vintage. It's a beautiful thing. It's, in the fashion world, you've got this trend, following the trends and doing fast fashion and things like that. So people are constantly buying new, wearing it once and that's it. And I'm trying to focus more on what's better for the environment, being more resourceful, trying to be more sustainable in fashion. So wearing pieces, giving them a new life, I feel it's very important to educate people about that.
Yes, of course. And you mentioned the environment, right? And right now, we can all see what's happening with the environment. So we can all make a difference. Why not?
Absolutely. Why not?
Why not? Yeah. And one more thing, I was thinking, you said you receive pieces and all that. So if you could explain to our audience, what's the process? Like somebody calls you, you go look for the pieces. How's the process? I'm sure you inspection every item.
Yes.
Do you do it all personally, or do you have your staff very well trained and they go through the pieces with you? How do you curate the items and make sure they're authentic, or everything that involves it?
Sure. There are quite a few thrift stores here in Bahrain. I have relationships with most of them. They help me to curate pieces. Typically, we only take pieces that are in very good condition, that you can see they've been loved and cared for well. Also, when I'm curating pieces from customers or from people that live here in Bahrain, typically I will go to their home. I'll go through what the pieces are that they want to sell or to give away. And I just focus on my customer base and the pieces that I feel my customers would like. And then I hand choose them, and we just go from there.
Okay, so every piece has been specially chosen.
Yes.
By Lani.
Each piece.
Okay. As you can see, she has a beautiful taste.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course. And tell me, your clientele, are they diverse? Have you noticed like they're specifically from a certain community? Or what type of clientele have you noticed is visiting your store more?
Most of my clientele are British.
Okay.
I also have Americans, and I do have Bahrainis, but most of my Bahraini clientele, they don't like renting clothing.
Okay.
So I have introduced more accessories, purses, shoes, and jewelry to my collection, primarily for my Bahraini clientele, because they tend to enjoy renting or purchasing those things.
Okay.
So I have a pretty diverse,
yes, okay.
But when it comes to the clothing, it's mostly American and European.
Okay.
But in America and in Europe as well, renting clothing, wearing pre-loved, it's just something
common.
We do. It's more common for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And as a business owner, you have to have the eye to see which one is your target market.
Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to introducing a new concept.
Yeah.
Just like you said, in America and Europe, it tends to be more common.
Yes.
So therefore, your clients at the moment are from those countries that you mentioned.
Primarily,
yes. But I'm sure a lot of Bahrainis will be visiting your store as well.
Yes, I mean, I've got some very loyal Bahraini friends, and they're helping to spread the word.
Yes, that's wonderful.
So
and that's
I'm happy
the beauty about Bahrain, right? That when somebody finds like a good spot, we all share it.
I know. It's such a beautiful community. It's the reason why I haven't left.
Yes.
Just a beautiful community.
And it's the reason why I want to stay.
Yes.
Lani, I hear you so passionate about your business and your clients and curating the items. What's something that makes that experience more rewarding?
Oh, my goodness. When I see a woman or a man, because I do have some men clothing as well, put on those pieces that either I found for them or that they wanted to wear to an event, seeing the look on their face when they put on that outfit and feel just beautiful, that to me is the most rewarding thing I think I could say. Or when they tell me that their event went well and they looked amazing, they were the best dressed,
I'm
or
sure
that they were
a lot of pictures.
That also is a very rewarding moment for me.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Seeing my clients happy,
making them happy, right? Because you go through all this process of looking for the right piece, and then when you find the right match, It's like you're a matchmaker.
Yeah, done it. I found this outfit at home, you know.
Yeah. Maybe you have the eye for, matchmaking.
Oh,
that could be another business. I sign up. That's lovely. Okay, I love it. When it comes to inspiring other women, because here in our podcast, besides sharing our stories, we also like to use this moment to inspire other women and men as well that are thinking about starting their own business, or perhaps that are interested in the same industry. So what would you recommend somebody, or what would you advise them to somebody that wants to start their own business in the fashion industry here in the Kingdom of Bahrain?
Okay. Anyone that wants to start their own business, primarily in fashion, I would advise to not look at your other people that are in the industry. I purposefully did not start out looking at what other people were doing. I wanted to first have my foundation set and focus on who I was, what I want to bring to people, what I can offer. So I would say to first focus on you, what it is you're going to offer to your audience, and make sure that's set and established. Make sure you're confident in that. And then once you bring it to the public, network. It's huge. It's huge here in Bahrain, especially. Get to know people in the industry, make friends, make contacts, and you will see your business thrive. Again, as we spoke earlier, if you're passionate about what you do, you can't help but succeed, in my opinion. Find that idea, focus on who you are, what you want to present, and do it. Do it. Don't sit on it. Just do it.
Yes, lovely advice. And I like your approach of how you decided to, first, without even looking at, let's say, the competition, to just put your energy into looking to see what your mission and your vision is.
100%.
Right? And that's very important, because sometimes a lot of people, they start looking here and there and there. So instead of putting all that energy into really making the foundations of the brand strong, they're getting distracted.
Yes, and it's easy to get discouraged as well if you're just starting out and you're looking at all these people who are doing it. They've been doing it for years.
Right.
They're like, how can I get into this business? Why would anyone want to work with me?
Right.
So it's important to establish who you are first.
Yes.
And what you want to present. And don't compare yourself to others.
Right.
Because we're all unique. We're all different. We all have something special to add. We're all kind of just,
different in our own way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I really like that approach. Because, of course, in business, we do have to see our competition and all that. But your approach is a good one as well, because if you focus on that energy on you, at least okay, this is my vision, vision. Now I can see, what the other ones are doing, so I can see what also I can do and reach, or not do, and reach the target market that I aiming for. Because every business have a different target market.
Absolutely.
Every business have a different passion.
Yes.
And mission and vision. So yes, lovely approach. So
thank you so much.
For those that are looking to start their own business, spend that time and energy also first in creating the foundation of the vision and mission that you want to create. And then, of course, look at your competition, study the market, and then you can start making wise decisions. And knowledge is the key. I always tell people, like network, find information.
Yes.
Do you belong to any specific networking or association here in the Kingdom of Bahrain? Or do you go just to different networking events?
At the moment, I go to different networking events, but I am looking to become a member of AWA, and there's some other women association groups that I'm looking to get into now that I have more time.
Okay.
In the beginning of my business, it was just business, but now I have time to start working on the
networking
social aspect of it.
Socializing.
Absolutely.
Hey, lovely. So I'm sure I'll be seeing you.
100%.
more.
Yes, you will.
That's amazing. And I know you also mentioned that you are a singer, and I think that adds a little bit extra passion to it.
I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate the singing with the clothing. Maybe I sing in my clothing. I don't
Why
know.
not? You see, it would be like a new innovation.
But it's another passion of mine, of course.
Yes, and I'm sure you'll find a way to mix them together, because a lot of times that's what makes us even extra unique, right?
Yeah.
When we mix all those things. So stay tuned. Who knows? We might have a whole concert there. Why not? No, it sounds lovely, actually. Yes, why
Thank
not?
you.
And when it comes to paying it forward and paying it forward to our community as well, at a personal level or business level, what do you believe is important, and what things do you do in order to achieve that?
I believe it's important to give back. Always important to give back. I believe it's important to plant seeds. Planting seeds, not literally, but planting seeds as in planting seeds of kindness, planting seeds of support, because it all comes back to you. That seed grows into a tree with beautiful fruit, and then you can enjoy the fruits of your labor after time. So I do give back to the community in various different ways. I donate to different organizations here. BSPCA is one of the organizations. They're help the animals that, we've got so many animals, unfortunately,
Yes, I heard
that don't have homes. The AYCC is an organization that helps women who are trying to come out of abusive situations. So I do contribute and donate with them. Also, I do a lot of thrift shopping to help those organizations as well. I also donate clothing, and I volunteer my services in various different organizations throughout Bahrain. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for emphasizing that importance of
Thank you.
paying it back to the community in different ways, right? Because we all have different means to do so. Sometimes people can offer their time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can offer money. Sometimes you, just by sharing about an organization that needs it, you are, as you mentioned, helping out our community.
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you for sharing that with our audience. In regards of your business, what are some upcoming events or plans, visions that you have? There's a new year coming up pretty soon.
Oh my goodness.
So
Yes.
I'm sure you have that vision board.
Oh,
You're still working on,
Oh,
or
yes.
getting there. It's always changing.
It's always
Sometimes even last minute.
Ever change.
But if you could give us like a sneak peek of what we could expect about Becca's Closet.
So I will be working with a few photographers and doing perhaps a fashion show coming up soon with some of my clothing and someone else that I'm collaborating with to be announced later. So I'm looking into doing fashion shows and just doing more collaborations. I have wedding collection coming in the end of December, so look out for that. Yes, the wedding dresses I have are absolutely gorgeous. They are stunning. They are stunning, stunning, stunning. So I'm very excited about that. And in the near future, I would like to probably start designing my own clothing.
Lovely. Yes.
So we will see how that goes. But yeah, I've got big dreams.
Yes, of course. It's about dreaming and taking action as well. And of course, everything it's planning. Sometimes we do things last minute and they work. Why not?
True.
But some
Seems
other
to be the
things,
thing here.
yes.
Do things last minute and it ends up working
Sometimes
out.
it works out. Yes. And sometimes we plan it and it might work, it might not work.
This
but at
is
the end
true
of the
too.
day, especially as entrepreneurs, we find a way.
There you go. Always
Sometimes
find a way.
we always find a way, yes. I have noticed that trait, especially with a lot of the entrepreneurs I'm interviewing or friends as well, we always find a way, We say yes. In our head, we're thinking, okay, so now I already said yes for whatever reason. Now I need to find out how I'm going to do it.
There you
and
go.
we find it.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go.
So for everyone out there, please don't miss any opportunities that presents to you. sometimes we might not have the means, or we might think that we cannot do it.
Yeah.
But don't let that stop you. There's been so many times myself where I wasn't even sure, but I'll say yes. And then it will sink into me. I said, okay, I said yes already.
Well,
Now I have to find a way to do whatever.
yes, yeah.
Because sometimes if our first thing is no, that was during a moment that we probably panic or we're feeling afraid. But if we just say yes, and then we figure things out, we have more chances of succeeding.
It's so true. You have to really talk to yourself. You have to have that strong self-talk and tell yourself, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Because you hear no so many times.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, it does take a strong mind, strong self-talk to get through some of those hurdles.
Yes.
That would otherwise keep us from accomplishing our goals.
Right. There is always work in progress, right? Because everybody has their days.
Yeah.
But it's always a work in progress.
Yes.
And I think that's the big difference also when it comes to somebody that is just dreaming and somebody that dreams and takes an action. Or also, I always tell people, yes, we can be passionate. Passion is going to give you the ignition to do things.
Yes.
But discipline is what is going to make you continue.
That's so good.
So if you have the passion and you don't have the discipline, you can only go that far.
Yeah.
But I can see you have both and more.
There are some days, though. I'm going to be honest. There are some days where I'm just like, oh, this is tough. This is tough.
Yeah.
But there's things that motivate me to keep me going.
Right, yeah.
You know? So you got to have, I think, that mindset
of going forward.
Of moving
That's
forward.
why you're here.
Exactly.
Yes,
Well, thank you so much, though. Yeah.
Of course. Thank you. And is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience? Any advice, extra advice? You already given us some, but something extra that you would like to share with us? I know you talk about collaborations too,
Yeah.
so you're open to collaboration?
I'm definitely open to collaborations with anyone.
Okay.
So yeah, you can contact me on my Instagram page, Becca's Closet BH. I also have a website where you can view the clothing for rent. That's at www.beccascloset.bh.
Amazing.
So,
and
yeah,
I
you
think
can reach
collaboration is the key,
Yes.
especially in your industry. When it comes to fashion, we can always collaborate with makeup artists,
Yes.
models,
Yes.
even thrift stores.
Yes.
If you're talking about a fashion show, venues, even if it's at your place, you can always take it also somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Photographers, everyone.
Everyone.
And everyone is welcome.
Yes.
So to everyone that is interested in either visiting her store for their personal needs, or anyone that is looking to collaborate with this amazing lady,
Thank you.
that she can also sing, and she might sing to us.
Yes.
Please reach out to Lani at her Instagram page or her website, or you can visit it to your store. Where's your store located?
We are located in Atlea. If you know where the British Club is, we are right behind the British Club.
Okay, so
So-
right behind the British Club, you'll be finding. Are you there all the time?
I'm not there all the time. I try to be. Typically, our store is open Wednesday through Sunday from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. I try to be there from like 10 to noon.
Okay,
Yeah.
10 to noon.
10 to
you might have a
noon.
chance
You'll
to
probably
run
see me
into
there.
Lani.
Yeah.
If
I would love to
not-
meet you.
Yes, if not, they might see you at a networking event as well.
Yes.
So please, if you see her, reach out to her and give us feedback about our beautiful interview. And Lani, it has been a pleasure to have you here.
So much of a pleasure it's been. I mean, I'm at a loss for words, actually.
Thank you for being
I'm
so
just so
genuine
happy.
and sharing your story, not just your story about your business, but also the background that comes behind it, the story about your grandmother. You know, those are like personal treasure memories that we have.
Yeah.
And to share it with the audience to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think that's very lovely. I'm sure a lot of
Appreciate
people are going to appreciate that.
Thank you.
And have that look at your brand to see now, not just Lani, but also the behind that is the legacy of your grandmother.
The legacy.
And I'm sure that that's showing in the pieces that you curate and everything that you do.
Thank you.
So welcome to the Forwardpreneurs family. You are one of our forward thinkers for sure. And yes, we look forward to seeing the community of our rain visiting your store. Please keep us updated.
I will.
And yes, thank you for having us here.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you for being here. You see, you are here, I'm there. We're all together. We're all
here.
So thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, dear, for being here.
Thank you so much. You look lovely, by the way.
Thank you. I need
Stunning.
to go. I'm going to go visit her, and I'm going to do another shoot, and you tell me how I look. Let's do that. Okay. Bye, everyone.